around for dishes to Irving. Got a hand on it. They retain possession. They get it back. Mozgov kicks to Irving. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Teague. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Here's James. And finally they hit one.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And Teague, here we go. And the basket good.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen. They've had a cold start so far, just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
Pick by Horford. Back to Korver. 6 on the shot clock. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. The Cavaliers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Love outside. Lets the 3 fly. Again, Love missing. Hawks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Horford, no luck.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends. They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
And guys, the first year for David Blatt, he was second-guessed at every turn. And that happens when you are picked to make the finals, but also when you coach LeBron James.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Millsap. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Teague. And for Black, Greg, everyone did wonder if he would be the right fit early as the season wore on and the Cavs got tougher. Those questions, Clark, went away.
Yeah, and I think most people forget that he's an iconic coaching legend overseas.
Good point, yeah.
So coaching is coaching. Sure, it's not the NBA, but this guy brought a pedigree and resume that was quite substantial.
Jefferson's checked in for James. Outside Williams. Puts up a 3. Jefferson's shot is off.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Launches a 3, and that one's good. Schroeder's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now here's Williams. He's guarded by Schroeder. They get it back. Outside for Jefferson. Cleveland moving the ball around. For 3, Smith. And the shot is good.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Schroeder with the ball. Williams picks him up. Schroeder with the ball. He kicks it to Hardaway. And the rejection by Smith. Here's Schroeder. Off target with his three. Now here is Varejao. He's guarded by Schroeder. Smith for three. And Horford pulls it down. That's a two from Sepulosha. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Hawks lead by 1. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at point guard. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The Hawks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
And the first one at the line is good. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
The Hawks making a switch here. Teague's checked in.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
That's a 2 from Korver. Good, he hits the jump shot. Korver's got his second basket of the night. The drive by James. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
Good on the second free throw. You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
And, Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, but when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team.
Teague to Bazemore. From deep, Cavaliers trailing. Irving drives in, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Pass to Millsap. Shoots from 12. The Hawks again can't hit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's LeBron. And he hits it to tie the game up. LeBron's got 8 points.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Teague. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for the Cavaliers. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Shumpert comes in for Kevin Love. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Splitters checked in for Al Horford. The Hawks leading by 5. Outside Teague. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for the Hawks. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. Atlanta making some changes. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Teague. That's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession.
Well, Kevin, we've got a moment now to look back to last year's Atlanta Hawks. Second in assists. Second in three-point field goal percentage. And they also showed up in the top 5 in shooting percentage. This is a team that knows how to execute its offense and get good shots.
And from those assist numbers, you can see this was a very unselfish team. Their passing was really infectious and made them a tough team to defend.
Smith, the pass to Irving. Shoots. And it's Smith again missing.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Out to Hardaway. He dishes it to Splitter. From deep three-point range, Atlanta again missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
Jefferson kicks to Varejao. Got a piece of it, but they recover it. 5 to shoot.
This team hasn't really made much of an impact on the offensive glass here in the second, and that's a matter of effort and attitude. They're just being out-muscled inside. If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Shooter passes to Hardaway. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Thompson misses.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Here's Hardaway. Williams with the block. And that one's good. And the Hawks lead by 5. Thompson outside. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close. And for the start of the third quarter, we'll see you in a bit. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Without question, Jeff Teague displaying his skills today.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Without question, Jeff Teague displaying his skills today.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that, that athleticism.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over. And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And here we go. Fast break. Korver's got it. And he can extend the lead to double digits. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way. And that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Love grabs the board.
Oh, he knows that. Went to the windmill dunk to turn this place on its ear. I love it.
Yeah, this crowd is stunned.
And that's as electric a finish as you're going to see.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
You look back last year, and the Hawks were incredible at home last season. Not a bad way to help unveil that beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And adding that statue of Neek was the cherry on top. Very classy move from that organization.
The Hawks making a switch here. Bazemore's checked in. And Cleveland also making a change. Smith checked in for Iman Shumpert. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
And Teague has it in the corner. Knocks down the three ball. And now it's an 8-point Hawks lead.
And, you know, for the Hawks last season, they ended with a 35-6 record at home, and that was the best in the East and the second best in the NBA.
Here's Smith. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by James. And there's the call on James. That'll be his second foul of the game. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Smith against Korver. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Teague, and it's blocked by Love. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Love's got his first bucket of the night.
And for the Hawks, it was a good year to get the city. No, take that. It was a great year to get the city talking about basketball again. And Atlanta hasn't always rallied behind this team, but boy, did they show up more than usual last season.
James against Korver. The drive by James. Softly drops in the floater. Now just a 4-point Hawks lead.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22-19 away from home.
And back to the Cavs and their road play. Teams with a lot of new players coming in can struggle early. It's especially evident when playing on the road.
For the Hawks, Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Corver. Hardaway comes in for Kent Bazemore. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Ramon Shumpert has checked in for Cleveland. Williams comes in for Irving.
You talk about being streaky on the road. That's what the Cavs were. I mean, could rattle off 4 wins on the road in a row, then come back empty from their next road trip. They did seem, though, to get stronger and more steady as the season went on.
The drive by James. Shot is off. So Atlanta will take it the other way. The feed now to split it. That's a 2 from Sefolosha. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Cavaliers trail by 6. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And it's Schroeder missing.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Splitter. The Hawks have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. The Cavaliers trail by 7. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Millsap with the steal.
Clock is clearly on their side.
Exactly, and they can hold it for the last shot, and I think they will. Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
And here's Schroeder. So the whistle blows on the shot.